Teddy, man, a lot of people online conflicted about the decision in this fight. What do you think of the decision?
Close fight, a lot of close rounds. I can see why they're conflicted. I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to judge anyone. I judge the fight though, but I won't judge anyone because it's subjective in certain ways. I can see that there's two ways to look at it. There's two fighters. It was a close fight, a lot of close rounds. I had it 115-113, Beterbiev. Yeah, because I thought he won the championship rounds. I thought it was a really, really tight, close fight. I thought that, as I often do, that a fight like this comes down to geography. Who gets the geography, to own the geography, the place in the ring, that suits their talents, their strengths better than the other guy? Who gets to own that space, that real estate, if you will, more than the other guy? In the end, I thought very, very close and slight, but I thought Beterbiev did. I thought that he got it. The old timers would say this. Here's the oldest phrase in the world. Make them fight your fight. I thought at the end that he got Bivol, a game, gallant warrior like they both were. He got Bivol to fight his fight. And how'd he do it? Well, he did it with pressure all night. You wanna watch Beterbiev someday? You wanna see what he is without watching videotape? Go put a pot of boiling water on the stove and watch the water boil, and it's full, the pot's full. Leave for a half hour, come back, there's nothing in the pot.
Little by little.
That's Beterbiev. It don't look like nothing's happening, but something's happening. He's boiling you down.
He's evaporating.
He's evaporating. Now listen, Bivol did not get evaporated. I said the reason I picked him in this fight was that I didn't think mentally he would get broken down, and he didn't. He didn't. But physically, Beterbiev showed more than just his seek and destroy nature, more than just being a boogeyman, more than just being, the master of disaster, the doomsday guy. No. I said that one thing about him. He's better technically than people give him credit for. Much better. And cerebrally. He's not just a seek and destroy. If he's a seek and destroy guy, missile, he does it with his hands up, and he does it by keeping his balance, by never getting himself really out of position, which Bivol tried to get him out of position by moving, keeping him off balance, and getting him to bite, getting him to reach, where he could counter more, where he could where he could set more traps. But Beterbiev is technically sound enough technically where he's got power, but he knows he don't depend only on the power. He never gets to a desperate place. He uses his jab to set up the power. He closes the gap properly with the jab. As I said, he brings his legs. He doesn't get out of position. Every once in a while, he takes a walk around the block, to keep you from zeroing in on him, coming straight in. He does little subtle things that he doesn't always get enough credit for. But at the end of the day, his thing is to be relentless, to be steady, to eventually break through. And he broke through in the championship rounds. I thought one of the things that really made a difference was I made a note to myself during the fight. I said, Beterbiev not going to the body as much as I thought, not taking air out of those radios as much as I thought. I thought he'd be puncturing those tires a little more, taking the air out. He knows that Bivol without the tires will have a problem. We'll have a problem. So he's not going. And all of a sudden, who's going to the body? Bivol. And I'm saying, wow, what's going on? And maybe I shouldn't have said it, because maybe it went out in the air.
Into the universe.
And when it out in the universe, all of a sudden, what do I see in the championship rounds? What do I see in the late rounds? All of a sudden, I see Beterbiev going to the body, taking air out of the tires. And what did that do? It slowed down Bivol enough to, again, I'm going to go back to the old-timers phrase, make him fight a fight he didn't want to fight. Make him fight Beterbiev's fight. Make him stay there longer than he wanted to. I also thought there was some turning points. I thought there was a moment late in the fight. I can't remember exactly when it was, but listen, I have admiration for both guys, but I thought there was a moment where Beterbiev, he don't care about the monkeys of Queensberry rule. He's not dirty, but he's a fighter. He leaves it up to the ref to decide what's good and what's not good. That's the ref's job. His job is when I get close to you, I'm going to freaking hit you. I'm going to hit you here. I'm going to hit you here. Kind of like Rocky Marciano, you know. I'm going to hit you over here. I'm going to hit you in the forearms. I might hit you a little bit back here. But as you know, all's good in love and war, right? And in his mind, as long as I'm not doing some overtly dirty, I'm throwing shots. And I thought there was a moment late in the fight where he hit him behind the head a little bit. A little bit where he watched the tape, where he hit Beterbiev behind that. And it was a round where Beterbiev got shook by it. And I thought Beterbiev, it took him the whole round to recover. He moved, but he couldn't.
I think that was like 8 or 9.
Yeah, he couldn't do what he wanted to do, which was also mixed offense. He had to concentrate on just surviving that round. At the end, he came on a little bit, but he blew the round because of that one punch. The round was blown. I thought Bivol did a good job of mixing offense and defense. You can't stand in front of this monster, but you can't just run on him, because if you just run on him again, it's that promotional film. You know, he's going to track you down, he's going to skin you, and he's going to put your belt up on the wall. It's that simple. So what do you have to do? You got to have your gun, and yeah, you move back, but you got to shoot. You move back, shoot. You move back, but shoot. What did he do? That's what he did. He threw, he moved back, and he still was able to shoot. He was able to throw and keep Beterbiev from closing the gap, from having his way, from roughshotting him, from just running him over like a Big Mac. He wouldn't do that. Now, if he just moves too much, Beterbiev's just going to walk in. He's going to come in like the tide does in the ocean, you know, and just wipe out everything that's on the beach. But what did he do? No, he made sure that he stepped back, pa pa pa, pa pa, and then pa pa pa, and then he broke it off to the sides. He did that. But then, what did Beterbiev do? Consistent with the jab, consistent with the pressure, started going to the body late in the fight, started getting him to do a little bit less movement and a little bit more standing in front. And when you stand in front of Beterbiev, you better watch those old Gunsmoke movies where the sheriff says, "Get out of Dodge by sundown." You know, in other words, you got to throw your shots, change. Throw your shots, get out of town. You cannot stay there. That was another turning point. Somewhere towards the late part of the fight, there was a round where Beterbiev was on his way to having a huge round. Bivol was on his way to having a huge round. And he was putting combinations together. He affected Beterbiev. There was a couple of times he affected him. He affected Beterbiev. Beautiful combination. And as I'm watching it, what am I saying to myself? Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. Don't stay there one punch too long. If it calls for 5, get the hell out of there after 5. Don't throw 6. And a lot of people will say, "Teddy, what are you talking about? If you can hit him with 6, why you want to hit him with 5? Hit him with 6. Because while you're hitting him with the 6, this man, this monster, will come back and catch you in the middle of throwing that 6 punch. And that's exactly what took place. Whatever round that was, I got it in my notes. Whatever round it was, he threw one too many. Oh, it was his round. He threw one too many. Bang! He got caught. And then Beterbiev does what he does. What did he do? At the end, he closes the show. I hate to use the term he stole rounds, because that cheapens what he did. That cheapens what they both did. Nobody stole a round. They all earned rounds. But he took a couple rounds late.
Starting the motor, you know?
By closing the round.
Close strong.
Strong.
Yeah.
I thought the change up to the body late by Beterbiev was instrumental in him getting cooperation from Bivol. How do you get cooperation from your opponent? How do you get caught? You can't go make a deal with him. "Hey, buddy, I want you to, can you sign a contract here? Will you cooperate?" No, you can't do that. What do? You have to do it by using your head, by using your fist, the right way. What did he do? He went to the body again. He got him to cooperate with him. He got him to stop moving. and he got him to be in the geography that Beterbiev makes a living in. Makes a living in close. It was a great fight. The jab, I thought, was important throughout the fight for both guys. For Beterbiev closing, you know, I always used to say when I called all the fights on ESPN, what do you have to do? You got to put bugs on the windshield. Bang, bang, bang. You got to put bugs on the windshield. Bang, bang, bang. You got to come in, blind them a little bit. Make it hard for them to have clear vision. Make it hard for them to see you coming in, to pot shot you, to counter you coming in. Put bugs on the windshield. Beterbiev did that. Also, Bivol, he used his jab in different ways to keep him off, to set traps, to set opportunities to counter, you know, to be able to get to his angles, you know, to disrupt his rhythm. At the end of the day, it was a fight, just like Fury and Usyk. It was a fight fitting of a unification title fight. Fitting of the first time in 25 years that we have one champion in the light heavyweight division. It was fitting. And give credit to Turkey Al-Sheikh for, I think a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't say, shouldn't say what? What I see, what I believe, what I've witnessed, that, you know, as much as Canelo is the face of boxing, and you can say Usyk and all those guys, they deserve it. But you're not going to say that in the last year that Turkey Al-Sheikh did not change the landscape of boxing? You're not going to say that, then you're not being honest. Or that he might not be the, dare I say, face of boxing? That he's one of the faces? That he earned the kind of right to be considered one of the faces? He's given us fights that we won't get. We just won't get. You know, I give credit to everyone in this show. I give credit to Warren, to Hearn, to every one of them, the other promoters, every one of them. But at the end of the day, it takes a catalyst. You know, it takes a chef in the kitchen, you know, to take all the ingredients, put them together, right? And say, okay, now we got something. Well, now we got something. Now we got something.
We got an undisputed champion.
We got an undisputed champion. We did the same thing some months ago with the heavyweight. We have an undisputed, again, first time in 25 years. We have a fight that made the fans happy. We have a fight that made the sport a little healthier. We have a fight that's going to get you a lot of views, which I'm very happy for because you deserve them.
Thank you.
No, you deserve them. You're a gentleman.
Thank you,
And,
Teddy. Appreciate that.
No,
man.
no.
Great take. You have someone waiting for you here. I don't want to take up all your time. Teddy, man, is like I said, I could talk to you for hours on end. Appreciate the time as always, Teddy. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.